Hey there, my awesome friend. So, listen up. What if I told you that messing up is actually the secret to winning? Yeah, you heard that right. The times you trip and fall, the times things don't go your way, those are actually your superpowers in disguise, especially when you're learning something new, like English. Stick around because we're about to turn your biggest fails into your greatest wins. Seriously, this isn't some fancy talk. This is real life, and it's going to be awesome. Think about it. We all have those moments, don't we? Like, remember that time I tried to bake a cake for my little cousin's birthday? Oh, man, I thought I was a master chef. I followed the recipe, or at least I thought I did, but when it came out of the oven, it looked like a sad, flat, burnt pancake. It was supposed to be a beautiful, fluffy chocolate cake. My cousin, bless her heart, just stared at it with wide eyes and said, "What is that?" It was a total disaster, a complete fail. I felt pretty silly, I'm not going to lie. Just like when you try to say a new English word and it comes out completely wrong, or you mix up your tenses in a sentence. You feel a bit silly, right? But you know what? That burnt pancake taught me a lot more about baking than any perfect cake ever could. And those English mistakes, they teach you so much more than getting it right every single time. They teach you to actually listen to the sounds, to read the grammar rules, not just skim them. And it taught me that even when things go wrong, you can still laugh about it later. So get ready, because we're going to dive deep into why failing isn't the end of the world. It's just the beginning of something better. All right. You know that feeling, right? That moment when you just fail, like spectacularly. That I want to disappear into a cloud of smoke and never be seen again moment. We've all been there, and guess what? It's totally okay. In fact, let's just take a moment to laugh at it together. Because honestly, some failures are just too funny not to. Imagine this. You're trying to say a new English phrase and it comes out completely wrong. Like you meant to say, "I'm full," but you accidentally said, "I'm fool." Or you're trying to use a new grammar rule and you end up saying something totally nonsensical. Ouch. It's like when a cat tries to jump onto a counter but totally misjudges the distance and just thuds right back down. You know, the kind of fail that makes you go, "Did that just happen?" Yeah, those are the good ones. The ones that make you cringe and then burst out laughing 5 minutes later.
I remember once my friend was trying to order coffee in English. He wanted a latte, but he accidentally said ladder. The barista looked so confused. He spent hours on it. He was so proud. And then he went to flip a pancake and it flew across the kitchen, stuck to the ceiling, and just stayed there. Like a culinary superhero who ran out of superpowers. We just stood there staring at this pancake on the ceiling, and then we just howled with laughter. It was a disaster, but it was also hilarious. And that's the thing about these ouch moments. They hurt a little, they're embarrassing, but they also remind us that we're human. We mess up, and sometimes messing up is the funniest thing you'll ever do. So next time you have an ouch moment, just remember that pancake on the ceiling, or that time you said ladder instead of latte. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find yourself smiling. Because hey, at least you tried, right? And that's what really counts. Now let's move on from the giggles and get a little serious, but in a good way. Ready?
Okay, we've laughed. We've cringed. We've probably remembered a few of our own epic fails. Now, let's breathe. Take a deep breath with me. In that quiet moment after the ouch, after the embarrassment, after the frustration, something amazing happens. It's like the storm has passed and now the sun is trying to peek through the clouds. This is where the real learning begins. Especially when you're learning a new language like English. When something goes wrong, our first reaction is often to get mad or sad or just want to give up. But what if, instead of doing that, we just paused, just for a second, And instead of beating ourselves up, we became a detective, a failed detective. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to look for clues. What happened? Why did it happen? What can you learn from it? Maybe you used the wrong verb tense or you mispronounced a word. Instead of feeling bad, ask yourself, why did I make that mistake? What rule did I forget? What sound did I miss? Think of it like playing a video game. You know those games where you have to fight a big boss? You don't just win on the first try, do you? No way. You try, you get knocked down, you learn the boss's moves, you figure out what not to do, and then you try again, a little smarter, a little stronger. Each time you fail, you're actually gathering important information. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. It's like the game is whispering secrets to you, telling you how to win next time. So that burnt cake? It told me, hey, read the recipe, dummy. That pancake on the ceiling? It told my friend, maybe use a bigger spatula or just don't try to flip it like a circus performer. And that time you mixed up there, and there, that's your English detective clue. Every single stumble, every single mistake is a chance to get better. It's a chance to grow. It's a chance to become the fluent English speaker you're meant to be. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. Are you ready to see how powerful this can be? This is where the magic happens. This is where you become the hero of your own story. We've all heard about famous people who achieved amazing things, right? But what you might not know is that almost all of them had to go through a lot of failures before they got to the winning part. They were the ultimate comeback kids. Take Michael Jordan, for example, the basketball legend, the guy who could fly through the air and score from anywhere. Well, guess what? He was actually cut from his high school basketball team. Can you believe that? The greatest basketball player ever, and he couldn't even make his high school team. He said, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. He didn't let that failure stop him. He used it to make him stronger, to practice harder, to become the legend he is today. Just like when you try to speak English and you make a mistake, you don't stop. You practice more, you listen more, and you get better. Or think about J.K. Rowling, the amazing writer who gave us Harry Potter. Before she became super famous, she was a single mum struggling to make ends meet. Her first Harry Potter book was rejected by 12 different publishers. Can you imagine? 12 times someone told her, no thank you, your story isn't good enough. But she didn't give up. She kept believing in her story and she kept trying. And look what happened. She created a whole magical world that millions of people love. This is like when you're learning English and you feel like you're not making progress or you get frustrated with a difficult grammar rule. You don't give up. You keep practicing, you keep reading, and eventually it clicks. These stories aren't just about famous people. They're about you. They're about that little voice inside you that says, I can't do it. And they're about the even louder voice that says, oh yes, you can. Every time you fall, every time you mess up, especially with your English, you have a choice. You can stay down or you can get back up. And when you get back up, you're not the same person who fell. You're stronger, you're wiser, you're a little bit tougher, you're a comeback kid. And that, my friend, is something to be incredibly proud of. Are you ready to make your own comeback? All right, my friend, it's your turn. We've talked about how failure can be funny, how it can be a teacher, and how even the biggest heroes had to fail to win. But I'm not just going to leave you with a warm, fuzzy feeling. I want to give you something you can use. Let's make a plan. A simple plan for when things don't go your way, especially when you're learning English. I call it the 3 R's of rising. It's super easy to remember, and it works for anything, big or small. Ready? First R. Relax. Seriously. Take a deep breath. When you mess up an English sentence or you don't understand a native speaker, it feels like the end of the world, right? Your heart races, your face gets hot. But it's okay. It's just a moment. It's not forever. Tell yourself, it's okay, I can handle this. Just relax. Because when you're calm, you can think clearly. Second R. Rewind. Once you're relaxed, play it back in your head. What happened? What did you say? What did you hear? What could you have done differently? This isn't about blaming yourself. This is about being a detective, remember? Like if you use the wrong verb tense, you might rewind and think, oh, I forgot that rule about past perfect. Or if you mispronounced a word, I need to practice that TH sound more. It's about finding the lesson, the little piece of wisdom hidden in the mistake. What can you learn from this? What new information did this failure give you about English? Third R. Retry. This is the most important one. You've relaxed, you've learned, now it's time to try again. But here's the cool part. You're not trying again the same way. You're trying again, but this time you're smarter, you're stronger. You've got new information, you've got experience. It's like leveling up in a game. You failed, but now you've unlocked a new English skill. So go for it. Try that sentence again, but with the correct grammar. Practice that word, but with the right pronunciation. You've got this, because every time you retry, you're not just trying to succeed, you're trying to learn. And that, my friend, is how you truly win. And hey, I want to hear your stories. What's a time you failed in English, but then learned something amazing? Share it in the comments below. Let's build a community where we celebrate our learning, not just our wins. Because we're all in this together, learning and growing. Remember that secret I told you at the beginning? The secret to winning? It's not about never falling. It's about how you get up. It's about what you do after you fall. It's about looking at that stumble, that mistake, that big messy failure, especially in your English journey, and saying, thank you. Thank you for teaching me something new. Thank you for making me stronger. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of success. It's the bumpy road that leads you to where you're meant to be. So next time you mess up an English word or you don't understand a sentence, don't hide, don't give up, don't let that little voice tell you you're not good enough. Instead, take a deep breath, learn your lesson, and get back in the game. Because every single time you do that, you're not just trying again, you're becoming a better, smarter, more amazing version of yourself and a more confident English speaker. If this video helped you, if it made you smile, or if it just made you think a little differently about your own oops moments in English, please do me a favour. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more real talk, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who might be feeling down about a failure in their English learning right now. Because they need to know what you now know. You're not a failure, you're a learner, and you're absolutely, positively, undeniably awesome. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep being you. See you next time.